I try to use a loop tip wire for all pure wire guided cannulation in which my goal is to selectively access the bile duct. One reason being, if it's a case in which I only want to access the bile duct, I do not want to inject the pancreatic duct. Loop tip wire, as I mentioned, has an atraumatic tip and is easily visualized under fluoroscopy. That is one of the reasons that I will start with a loop tip wire for a pure wire guided cannulation to access the bile duct. And if the guide wire does go into the pancreatic duct, I can easily know by the direction of the wire I am in the pancreatic duct, and I decrease the risk of causing perforation of the side branches of the pancreatic duct. The principles of a pure wire guided cannulation will remain the same for a loop tip wire or a straight wire. The only advantage or only difference I would say will be that with a straight wire, the amount of force that you're using to pass the guide wire has to be slightly less, so you decrease the risk of perforation. The advantage of loop tip wire, because of the atraumatic tip, that you can use a little bit more force when you're trying to go over the septum to get into the bile duct, because you know that there is a less risk of submucosal dissection. The risk of submucosal dissection will be less with the loop tip just because of the shape of the tip of the wire. The loop at the end of the wire transmits the force over a larger area, thus causing decreased risk of dissection. The straight tip wire, the same force will be transmitted over a very small surface area, increasing the risk of dissection. Initially, before the loop tip wire came out, I was personally using straight wire also. So again, coming back to the principles of pure wire guided cannulation, they essentially remain the same, that you have to spend extra time to get a perfect orientation, keeping in mind that you have to have the papilla under direct visualization. The advantage of the loop tip is the atraumatic tip.